FC Bullard is now on YouTube.
Yeah, we've seen the comments, the millions and millions of comments. So here it is. Enjoy.
What we need you to do is subscribe, comment on the video, up the Pirates, and then you can win some massive FC Bullard merch.
Delighted to say we have been joined by one of the most charismatic, divisive, effervescent, energetic, controversial managers in association football in 2024. Dorking Wanderers manager Marc White. Welcome to FC Bullard.
Thanks so much for coming, mate.
I'm buzzing, mate. I'm buzzing to be part of it.
You know I love you. I've been after this man for so long. It's just a pleasure to have you here, mate. And I just want to crack on.
I just got to lay some ground rules here. Now, this is an interview, yes, but it's an interview. So, obviously, we're going to, we need a manager for FC Bullard.
Sharpish.
I haven't got anything yet, really. We've got our kits in design. We've not got a stadium. We haven't got anything. We're trying to build a football club from scratch, which is exactly what you've done. However, I will caveat this by saying you haven't got the job yet.
Not yet.
You haven't got it yet, Mark. That would be remiss of me just to offer it to the first person who turned up, because we need a second series, as we've said. We need to start earning some money from this thing, because we've not seen anything yet. It doesn't look like much is coming anytime soon. So we will. We're going to chat to you, and then at the end of the interview / podcast, we'll feed back to you. So, as I say, you have done this. You have started
done it in real life,
club.
innit?
Yeah, you've
done it
in
like
real
that's
life.
why when it first come up, I was like, Marc White.
Yeah.
Like, how have we've got to have him on first.
Yeah.
He's got to be our first interview, and he's got to be such a big contender for manager for FC Bullard, right?
Steady.
And you're here. Well, you're here.
Well, if I'm not your man, then I can tell you what you're looking for, can't I?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I
That's
mean?
good.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
You know what you're looking for.
Can you talk us through your CV?
You built a football club with no players, no ground.
Similar to us.
Yeah, no kit.
Similar to us.
No tactics. No money.
And was this just you?
Yeah, me.
Didn't you have a friend?
Couple of mates, couple of mates. Yeah, couple of mates. We just thought we're going to start just doing our own thing, really. Do you know what I mean? So, bit of a social.
Yep.
Bit of a social thing. Do you know what I mean? So, down the pub on a Friday, play on a Saturday, down the pub on a Saturday night. So credentials-wise, it's up to you, I think, really. Do you know what I mean?
Were you used to work in the city, didn't you?
Yeah.
Big hitter in the city.
Cashing checks.
Millions. He was big hitter.
Snapping necks, cashing checks.
That's good. Yep.
Had you retired from that, and you were
when was this in your state?
No. Even to this day. So back in the day, I'd be in the city earning X, and then part of X went into the club to pay for the pitch, pay for the kit, and even today, on bigger numbers, I've got another business, and it's, money gets, goes against, personal income goes against the club.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for, and it's someone that's committed, someone prepared to put their own money where their mouth is.
Are you looking to invest in any podcasts or anything like that?
Well, yeah, potentially. Potentially, yeah.
Let's take that offline. We'll talk about that. So you sat around with your mates, basically. You're a Wimbledon fan, and you were just kind of a bit disillusioned with how things were going, and you just thought, I want to do something a bit different, try something differently. So did you, you're talking about it there, like you were just like, yeah, let's just do this and have a bit of fun with it. Was it literally that, or did you harbour ambitions for it to have a lifespan?
Honestly, I could not play it down more of a try. Do you know what I mean? I don't really play it down as much as I should. We never had a plan. Never even thought twice that it might grow. Even up until 5 years ago, like we were just plodding along thinking, well, we just really enjoyed winning.
You said that to me. That was after your grab, though. Winning, it wasn't so much the game. Winning, you just got an obsession.
Yeah,
with
we
winning,
got a bug for it because we'd win, and we was happy.
Yeah.
And we'd party, and we was happy again, and then we thought, fuck me, I want to do that again next week or next year, next season, and then it just become a bit of a bug, really. Do you know what I mean? So that's where it grew, was just from a winning mentality all through the club. And that's...
And you talk about winning. Have I got my numbers right here? Was that about 20 odd years ago?
Yeah. We've had 12 promotions in 24 completed seasons.
That's what I thought.
Including COVID, where we was winning the league, by the way.
Say that again?
Including during COVID, when we was winning the league and they called it off, which fucked me off.
Oh, yeah.
Because that ruined the record.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Outrageous story.
Yeah, takes some doing. Takes some real doing, do you know what I mean? Like, to keep winning on that level. It's a lot of work.
Just want to go back, if I can. Were you always, growing up, what gave you that drive to be a winner? Because I'm assuming, you're going and working in the city, you've got to have drive, you've got to have ambition, you've got to reach targets, you've got to be, so I gather, you've got to be a little bit ruthless here and there. Was that always part of your personality? Did you learn to become that in order to succeed?
Yeah, that's a fucking great question. Yeah, I think I did. I was one of those, right, out of home early, sacked off school, couldn't be bothered with that, right? And I used to go and play pool for money.
Did you?
Yeah. So I've never fucking said this ever, but my winning mentality was literally smoky bars, 3 a.m, playing for a few grand at pool at fucking 18 years old.
Right.
Right, and getting out when the milk float went past.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then I sort of took that into business, if you like, into, sales and marketing, all that stuff in the city. And then, took that into football, really. But I was always a football nut. I was growing up, I was one of those where your nana get you a car saying football crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd be kicking a tennis ball against a sofa fucking every morning at 5:30, like you all do.
Did you play then?
Yeah, I was fucking good as a kid, really, really good. Really, really good. But my granddad, bless him, used to take me everywhere. The old man weren't about.
Yeah.
Granddad used to take me everywhere. He passed away. And the mum had a fella, he weren't that keen on me doing too much. I sort of fell out of the game, but I was fucking decent. I tell the boys now, I was fucking high goal scoring left winger, old school.
High goal scoring left winger.
I tell the boys now, I'm comfortably better than probably any of them have ever been, right? So I did play a little bit. But I was more of just a fucking lover of football, like we all are. Lover of the game, and that's why I'm a big advocate for the game being protected from the FA, who try to fucking kibosh it after time, protected from...
Because you have murders with the refs in the FA. What's your grudge on them?
Because I just won't let them fucking do their thing, mate. I'm passionate about it. Like, they keep fucking changing the laws. Like, no one knows where they stand. Like, I speak to all these old referees as well. Like, and they're done with the game. They're going, mate. No one knows what handball is. How many times do you hear someone on TV go, I don't know what it is this year. I don't know what it is this year, handball.
I can't agree more, though. It's a nonsense. It's a nonsense. So many of these rules, like... it's just a cliche, me saying it, and I'm saying it out loud, and I'm thinking, oh God, it's a cliche, but like they have no understanding of the game itself. They've not, of the distances and things like that, and you watch everything in slow motion, and it's like, God.
VAR fan? While we're on this?
No. I don't mind telling you, I stand up. I said it to Howard Webb at the pre-season meeting. I just stood up. They called me on the way up there. Said, Mark, please go easy. They called me on the way up there because they know if I'm going to drive to a fucking meeting, right, and I'm going to spend a £5 on petrol, I'm going to fucking make the most out of it, right? So I said to Howard, the thing is, like, all they do is they blame the participants, this, that, the other.
Yeah.
I said, no other game's got any fucking problems that I can see. Only football. All the other sports I see seem to be getting on pretty decent, pretty all right. I said, the problem is they changed all the things at work. Growing up, shoulder barge. Okay, right, stick your hands on him, push him, foul. New year stand, changed that, stand in front of the ball, free kick, yellow card. Now, not quite a yellow card. Handball rules changed 3 times in 5 years. Fucking offside rules changed the same 3 times in 5 years. They're all over the place. But the wider point is, the game is the game. The game is the people's game. Big advocate for that. And I just try to be one of those outspoken about it.
They're not, for me, right, sorry, I'm just going to... They're not sorting out the right stuff, right? You go back and you watch football from the 70s, the 80s. Someone's got a free kick or a corner. No one's got hold of everyone, they're all looking at the goal side, they're marking, they're looking at the ball. No one's got hold of players' shirts and not looking at the ball and holding players down. No one's doing that. I don't understand why FIFA, UEFA, whoever's sorting out the FA can just go, if you've got hold of his shirt, if you've got hold of his shirt, if you're holding his shirt, it's a foul. It is a foul.
Where do you sit with that?
It's a penalty.
That's his angle. Where do you sit with that?
And if you get away with one, fine. But you.
So you're saying as soon as you grip a shirt, that's a yellow?
No, not a yellow. No, but I'm saying it's a foul. If you're if he's got hold of his shirt, that's not in the rules to do that. Now, if you do it and you get caught, then you shouldn't be going.
It's not black and white enough for you, is it?
No, it's not.
What they've done, they've lost sight of the laws. The laws of the game where you got to play the ball, not the man. And I tell them every week. Even last Saturday, I was saying it to the referee, because they'll now say they'll be pulling the shirt or they'll be pushing them over, and I'll just keep reminding them, oldest law in the game was, you play the ball, not the man, or it's a foul. Do you know what I mean? But listen, they've lost sight of it all, which I think is a big shame. And it's not good for the supporters, and it's not good for the game. And it does need to improve, but they've got a bit of a monopoly on it. If you like this PGMOL, they're dictating what's going on, and the FA need to get hold of the game big time.
Yeah. I just want to take you back as well with your growth from coming from nothing, let's say, to Dorking.
Yeah.
Just run me through the steps, what you had to, because you're grand now. I'm over there quite a bit. My boy is at your academy and stuff. So run me through the steps. The ground you've got is phenomenal over there. It's beautiful. It's puck. It's what I call proper football stadium. From where you started, what did you have to do going all the way through that?
We rented a council pitch for 50 quid. Just literally, they mark it out. Change rooms half a mile away. You had to buy your own net, stick them up. So you'd turn up on a Saturday morning light, and all the boys that had been out to turn up late, so they didn't have to put the nets up. That's how it started. Literally, so it's just a council pitch.
That raw.
People walking past, said, dogs, That's how it is. So one of the things recently, I got 4,000 in there and all the kids in their shirts, it does, I'll be honest, I can handle quite a lot, but I still get a bit choked up thinking, fuck me, this has gone a long way, right? Yeah. But it was literally just a council pitch. And then what happens is after certain promotions, the way it works, and it's one of the things the FA do quite well, you have to your ground has to get to the required standard. But to start with, they literally said, right, next year, you've got to put a rope round it. That was literally, you need a rope round a pitch. That'd be your first thing after 3-4 promotions. Then it ends up being, right, you need one concrete path. This is how it starts. Yeah. Then it's like, right, now you need 3 concrete. Then you need a T-bar. And then it's literally over the years.
And you have to have these in place.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can't get promoted. So you get prohibited from
Can I ask, was that all your own hard-earned cash? Did you pile it in, or did you have help investors or friends involved with it?
My money, friends' money, local businesses, sponsors. And as we've got bigger, it's been kind of easier because loads of people love the story. They want to get behind the ability to keep, going forward. But we had to move from the council pitch, I don't know, maybe 5 promotions in, whatever it might be. And we had nowhere to go. We had nothing. And we had to look for somewhere. And we had to put a couple of concrete paths down, blah, blah, blah. And we found a field. And the bloke said, look, you can, it's fields in trust. Won't bore you, but it's peppercorn rent. You can have it. There's no water, no power. And we dug 300-metre trenches. All the players and the wives were putting up all the, building a changing room block out of timber wood. And we literally built a ground, not the one we're in now. We built a ground from scratch. And our first attendance at that ground was 32 people, right, in this new division. And we were so excited. We had to do our first ever programme. Because you'll have to do that. You'd have to do a programme, Jim. Right?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You've got to think about
on the
this,
list there,
right?
Programme,
You need a digital programme. So we had to do our first ever programme. I remember how excited we were.
Proper token, was it?
Yeah, mate. So we've done a programme. 32 people turned up. We've got a rope round a pitch. We've got one path. We've got a new ground. We spent all summer, endless hours building it. So can you imagine when the left back don't run in a game of football today and I'm in charge still? Can you imagine how far that goes? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So we built this ground. We had 32 people, and the year we left it, we finished in the playoffs this one year, right? And we finished joint top on 115 points. Wow! Right? It's a record for that Isthmian League. It's called Tooting and Mitcham, famous old club. Yeah. 115 points each we finished on, and they won it on goal difference. We had the players. Yeah.
How many goals was it? The goal difference.
We played them last game. certain
So
goals.
you had them,
Goals, it was a weird scenario because we were about 8 goals off them, but if you scored like 3, then you got 3, but they lost 3.
Yeah.
So you can make it up. It's this mental scenario. Anyway, we went 1 up after 5 minutes, and their goalkeepers are fucking worldies. I think we won, but we didn't get the goal. So we were in the playoffs on the Tuesday, 115 points, right? Yeah. And we were fucking useless, right? It was useless. Because the pitch was like a fucking BMX track by now, right? Yeah. It was a grass pitch, it was fucking bumps, no grass on it. Played Hastings, Lenny Pidgley was in goal. Remember Lenny Pidgley?
Yeah, of course he did. Chelsea, he's an old young boy Chelsea keeper, weren't he? Yeah.
He was in goal for him. Went to penalty shootout, he put his over actually. I think he's fucking... I think he's still going now.
The pigeon slings it over the bar.
Actually, he put it down like he was going to put the net into fucking Leatherhead, right? Fucking the ball ended up there, not the net. Brilliant. Anyway, so we won. Anyway, so we it was 0-0, won on penalties.
Yeah. And
on the Saturday, I'm going somewhere with this. On the Saturday, we had Corinthian Casuals.
Yeah.
That, you know,
I played with them. Down in Longfield.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, I played with Corinthians. That's when we
0-0. 0-0 again.
Yeah.
Won on penalties because we had this goalie back then who was fucking... He's still with us now. He's like a lucky charm. Do you know what I mean? He could be 90 and still get a contract every year. He's just a lucky charm. If you put him in the dugout, you're fucking half a chance.
Worth signing just for that.
Yeah. But he single-handedly got us his promotion, this lad. Slavi's called. Fucking brilliant lad. Brilliant penalty saver. But penalty stopper. Yeah. I'd always say to the boys, he'll save 2. You know that. So just put the penalty where... do your factory setting penalty. The keeper gets it, no issues.
I love that.
Right? No, that's true. I've never lost a penalty shootout, right? Yeah. Because I'd always say, listen, you fucking put the ball where you put it 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
If he saves it, no fucking issues.
Fair play.
Do a wank run up. Do a shit run up. You can edit that.
No, that's in. That's staying in.
Which bit of editing there?
Yeah. Do a shit run up.
Yeah.
Do one of them, what they called?
Like little waddle static ones.
No,
little Panenka.
Oh. Do a Panenka and fucking miss. That's like you're getting put on the train track, mate.
Yeah.
Right? And there's no issue, right? Anyway, so he'd save 2, blah, blah. Anyway, so we had the tooting on the Saturday and we had the 2 games Tuesday, Saturday. And in those 3 games, we had 8,000 people watch us.
Wow. That
turned up.
Really?
So we started with 32 at that ground. And it was fucking temporary stands.
I know a lot about him. I didn't know this.
Temporary stands, like,
right,
carnage. But it was at the bottom of Box Hill, which is the famous local beauty spot round our way. Yeah. Couldn't develop it anymore. Had nowhere to go. We'd been promoted. We won these 2 games 0-0 on penalties. Never should have won. The Corinthian Casuals final, we honestly should have got beat 5-0. Yeah, we only won because the fucking gods were with us. It was one of those, which happens in football. So, and then we had to move. We had to then get another ground to get out of there.
Okay.
And that's our spiritual home is in that ground that we built. I fucking love it.
Is
I
it
go
still
down
there?
It's still there now, yeah. Kids play down there.
Right, okay.
It's like a shell of what it was. We had to take things down and we had to...
Great memories though, huh? You go down there and you're like,
fucking stunning view as well. Backdrop of Box Hill.
Beautiful,
we had to put, after 2-3 years, we had to put floodlights in there. I had to go to the local parish council.
Yeah.
There's a little village behind it, multi-million-pound houses. I had to go there and stand up and explain, because they were up in arms going, fucking hell, what are they doing here? Like, they're taking over Dorking. Because we had to get planning permission for floodlights, and some bloke was genuinely saying that he's a stargazer, and he put in an objection, like they do. And so that was our little home. Yeah. We fucking loved it there.
Really?
Had some good times there, yeah.
And to where you are now, you must love it where you are now. It's a great ground, isn't it?
Yeah, love it. It's good centre of town, and we get loads of support. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice, but it's a lot of hard work. You boys, you're at the beginning of the journey. Do you know what I'm saying? So a lot of hard work and effort got to go in.
But I want to get into some crunch questions.
Oh, like, you are in bother.
No.
When Bully gets the crunch questions
because
out.
I'm the president of FC Bullard, as you know. So what style manager are you? What would you have yourself down as? Let's first of all start on the pitch tactically. What style manager are you?
Well, I'd like to think I'm a fucking Guardiola, to be quite honest.
Okay, that's,
You know, I mean, it's hard. It's hard keeping up with the Joneses now.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, there was like 2 formations in football for fucking 40 years.
Yeah.
And now there's about 5 per season.
Yeah. Should you buy into all this, you know? I've come from non-league and I played in the Prem, right? And all you used to get was, you can't play out from the back in non-league football. The pitches ain't up to scratch. Do you buy into this playing out from the back, or are you a front-to-back man? What? You said, you just mentioned Pep Guardiola. He ain't a front-to-back man. So do you believe in his playing out from the back, or does your winning, you've said to me you're a winner, does that get in the way sometimes you don't like to take that risk?
Yeah, there's times when you've got to bypass things and you've got to you pick on a weakness, isn't there? You might think, well, the centre half 5'10" or the left back, or they concede a few goals, you might go a bit more direct. But in general now, in football, honestly, there's 18-year-old kids that
thinking
analysis that are unbelievable tactically. They're coming up with different formations every year, and that's where it's at now. It's chess-like.
Are you big on formations? Are you a change, or do you like to stick with your...
Yeah, you stick with what you like, but fuck me, we're coming up against... well, put it this way, 4 years ago, we played 3-5-2 for quite a long time. Been one of our major
Why'd you
successes.
like the free? Give me your
big
intake.
we were sort of ahead of our time. We were playing a back three in a footballing 3-5-2, not an old school one. So we'd be rotating players in to get the ball. We'd have the outside centre half bombing on, the midfielders sitting in, and teams were like, fuck me, what do I do with this? But we were ahead of our time. That's why we were quite successful. Now, mate, though, we're now playing in a division where probably 18 out of 24 teams play a back three. 3-4 years ago, the other way round. Now they're playing boxes. It's 3 box 1, 3-6-1. Right? That's a very common one. Now they're playing 3 diamond. They're playing back 3 and a diamond. And you are literally going, fuck, he's changed to a diamond. And you're like, right, get the fucking manual out, right? That is modern football. I could tell you some managers out there now that are very good. Luke Williams at Swansea and the lad at Crawley's doing well, Scott Lindsay in there. They've got great formations. If you are not an advocate, whether you like it or not, if you ain't an advocate of the modern way, you'll probably get left behind.
Do you love the tactical side there? You can see it just coming out of him. Do you love the tactical side?
I love it, but I find it fucking annoying. I'll be honest with you, I find it really annoying because
Why? What?
Just because.
What do you find annoying about it?
Well, I love playing. I won't name names, but if you play an old school manager, and you know that he plays 4-4-2.
Yeah, he slings it in behind.
And if something's gone belly up for him, he might go to a back 3. So you sort of know the stick or twist. You know what I mean? You think, okay, we're ready for all that. But now we can play. We played someone the other week. I played Yards, York City 0, hardly.
Right. Okay. Of course.
Played 0. And fucking hell, mate, I've been a mastermind.
Really? Was he changing all the time?
I had to change our formation before we kicked the ball because I saw he'd line up. I thought, fuck me, he's playing 2 10s. I thought, what a nightmare. So we've named our 11. So I've had to say to the boys, right, we're not playing back 3 anymore. We're playing a back 4. And what I do now, what a lot of managers will do, I'll pick a team that I know can change before the kickoff.
Yeah.
So we'll do it this Saturday. We've talked about it today. We're going, right, listen, just in case they start like this or they do that, we can transition on the field without a sub. And playing hard, it was like, he's changed it 3 times, I've changed it 3 times. I've got the analyst, the 18-year-old boy on the bench. I've dragged him on the fucking bench. I said, right, and I've named you, you sit there, and he's sitting there.
Tell me what's going on.
Fucking going, right, he's gone there, that means he's doing this, right, great. But that is where football's going.
Have you always had this level of vision, you see that, what you just went on, that little bit of, like, they've changed into a 3, or did you grow into that, rubbing shoulders and higher up you went? Surely you didn't have that level of expertise when you was at Dog and
that's
it.
Level, I've 100%, I've done exactly that. I've learnt as I've gone along.
And who off, though? Was
other
it managers? Right, okay.
And now you can, there's a computer system out there called White and you can just plug into it, put in a team, put in a player, watch what they do, how they play. It'll tell you what formation they play for, how many minutes, who was where, why you can literally find out.
What's this called?
White Scout. And you can find out what the left back ate for fucking breakfast, mate. Right? There's nothing you can't know. And that's why football's changing. So, you can find out every bit of data, every stat.
Did you know this?
No, about every player.
This. He's showing us up.
There were loads of people out there watching it going, that's football's built on this White Scout.
Yeah. Right? Really?
Yeah, and they get on there and you can put in anything. You can watch everything and you get every bit of data. It will tell you every single percentage of duel won during the game for every player. You name it. It tells you every...
What level does that go down to?
All the way down to the National League.
Okay.
And it's incredible. But it's in terms of scouting teams... and watching them, preparing for them, you could spend as long as you want. You've got everything you need. But I look up to, listen, I'm learning, do you know what I mean? Big timer. There's some managers out there now that are great, really good.
Yeah, it wasn't so long ago that you'd hear top managers going, oh, we're not worried about how they're going to play. We're just concentrating on our game. Whether that was waffle or not, but like...
Very much so.
Yeah, you think that obviously everyone's doing their...
What they're trying to do now, in essence, what every team is trying to do is find a way of getting a spare man on the ball. That is what it all boils down to. They're trying to
it's game of chess, isn't it? You're trying to like...
they're trying to overload an area.
You got it, yeah.
So
is that what you're big on, yeah? That's what you're trying to do as well.
Yeah, so every game we'll say, look, this is where the overloads are. We can make them happen. Yeah. And this is how we've got to stop them finding their overload. That is the game of chess. And it is... It's annoying because
in a defensive and an offensive.
Yeah, it's always like this. Off the ball, we've got to do this. On the ball, we've got to do that, and it's all based on all these metrics. So you need the players, don't you? That's the So now player intelligence is key. Like really key. Players' understanding of the game is important.
Is that your biggest thing then? When in signing a player, we're drifting into signing players now. Sorry, but. When you sit down with them, just because you've seen them as a football player, because Pep talks about that quite a lot, is the intelligence a big part, how much he can take on information from you?
Yeah, 100%. I've made a few mistakes in the last few years.
Got some mistakes. Right thick shit at it.
Yeah, I've had... Paul Cook, the Chesterfield manager, said to me, like... That was our first game in this division. And he's been there, done it, Paul Cook.
Yeah.
You know, he's a great manager, fucking good guy.
Yeah.
And I walked on the pitch and he goes, I know, Mark, you've done well, haven't you? Fuck me. He goes, you've done well here.
I've seen that. It was filmed by a bunch of amateurs. We'll talk about it in a minute.
And he said to me, he goes, I'll tell you one thing, Mark. He goes, recruitment's 9/10 of the law. He goes, at this level, you get it wrong, you're fucked.
Really?
And it stuck with me. And he's fucking right. And to your point there, Fenners, he's like, you're signing players, you've watched the clip, but had you done some kind of academic test on the way in, you wouldn't have signed them the month for Sundays.
No.
Because they have to understand football now. They really do.
Is there anything player-wise that really winds you up on the pitch? Like, it can be anything really. Yeah, is it anything that you go, or have you got a pet hate in a position?
I'd say I don't like keepers in general.
What's the thing with the keeper?
They're just fucking annoying. I genuinely just find them annoying, like in general. But
they're all a bit space catty weird.
I think it's unfair of me, but I can't get over it. Do you know what I mean? Just how it is.
What about your keeper? You like your keeper, obviously.
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right, and I love that Slav. But that's why I like him. I love that Slav, the one that saved all the penalty. You know what I mean? So, I don't like players that die for a living. If someone tries to win something as a one-off in a game, I don't mind that necessarily, but when you get the boys that keep jumping around, I don't like that. I've had a few run-ins.
Yeah. What about when your boys do it though? You just as hard?
No, they won't fucking...
You won't have it?
No, I won't have that, no. I won't have them wearing fucking undergarments, bandanas, gloves, earrings, fuck me.
All gone? Even a cold January Saturday morning, gone?
All gone, yeah. Oh, fuck me, all gone, mate. Yeah, I just think like...
That because of the costing, or is that because you don't like it?
I don't like it. I just think, what sort of mindset have you got if you've got to put a pair of fucking mittens on a player going football?
Okay, what about if someone of my ilk comes to the football club in my prime, top player?
Yeah.
I say, Mark, you want me as a gaffer. Mark, I've got to wear gloves. I've got to have a snood wrapped around. It makes me feel good.
No, I'll say no.
But you know, if I'm in a 10 slot, you know I'm producing and I'm probably getting you promotion.
Yeah.
Are you not letting this snood pass?
No, I think I can improve you by taking it off. That'd be my attitude. I think if anything, if you're still wearing that gear, you've got some fucking extra mileage in you as a player. To get rid of that and kick on a bit. Do you know what I mean? I just don't like it. Yeah. We played against a bloke the other year, I swear to fucking God, he had motorcycle gloves on. He obviously couldn't...
Yeah, a little bit over the mark there.
I swear to God, I had to say to the ref, he's even got a strap that was flapping in the wind.
Can't have that.
He's probably had to nick off straight away after the game, like, you know. He's
probably at Wembley tonight, like him.
Yeah.
Deliveroo driver,
okay, no, I get it.
I don't like that.
But, so, my next question would be, can you see yourself always sticking to those principles, and as you go higher, you know, up the pyramid as you go, and do you think that as the further you go, then you might need to adapt the way that you manage your players, your squad? In like we might need to. He's a bit different, so we need to look after him in that way, or he wants that, and so. Might there be an element of give and take?
No.
I know this answer.
But, however, I've made a lot of fucking recruitment mistakes, and I'm learning from that on the job.
Can you give us one?
Age. Age is I think the demands now, like it's average age of the squad and stuff coming through the leagues. The experienced boys got you through it quite well, but they weren't playing 2 games a week. Do you know what I mean? It weren't as intense. So the average age of the team's been too big.
So it's dropped.
I need to drop it down.
What is the average age?
I'd say literally near on 30s.
Right.
Yeah, it's old. It's an old team.
Is that older in that level? Do you think it's younger the higher you go?
Yes, and it's becoming, do you know what?
I didn't know that.
Hate to say it, it's becoming a young man's game.
Yeah.
I'm watching
just because of the intensity, game after game after game, and the pace of the game.
I'm looking at the successful teams.
Luke Morrow, mate, won't like you saying that.
No, mate. We're fucking
but you've got to have your old heads round you, right?
Yeah, I know, yeah, exactly. But the thing is, you need the experience, but I'm looking at, I always try to look at what successful managers are doing. I'm trying to learn all the time, and I'm coming off a pitch shaking hands with players who look like I should be doing a paper round.
Unbelievable.
But on the pitch, they've just been organising a back three.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, and the good thing is that they're cheaper.
Yeah, of course.
Like at our level anyway, National League. So
of course.
Yeah, I'm starting. So what I am looking to change, I wouldn't change my style. I think the style of a leader that knows what he wants and works really well. I'm good with the lads. You know what I mean? Like, they get as much praise as anything else. They know where they stand. But yeah, so I've made a few old mistakes on the recruitment.
That's honest.
Players that are stupid.
Yeah.
And don't understand the game, and maybe players that get to an age and then they get too injured. There'll be a few of my lads now watching this thinking he means me. Yes, I fucking do.
You strike me as someone who loves being in the technical area on match day, because I have spoken to managers who go, I don't enjoy it at all. I love the build up. I don't. They don't. They enjoy it if they win. That's some will say that. So they're not. Then they're living it and they're feeling it and they're experiencing it, but they're not enjoying it. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I do enjoy it. Yeah, I love I do feel at home. I guess because I've done it so long.
Yeah.
I do feel in technical area. I literally feel like I'm in my bedroom. I feel like I'm on my own. I don't hear or see anything else. I think it's pretty good at. Yeah, pretty good in that respect. Do you know what I mean? Make good decisions in the main, and do you know what I mean? I love it.
Just want to ask you one question, because we've got you in, because a candidate for FC Bullard, right? So, start of a football club, what would you do on day one of being a manager for FC Bullard? What's your first thing that you would do?
Surround yourself with boys that you know.
Yes.
You can trust. Go for will over skill.
Will over skill.
Good.
Will over skill all day long.
Want to be there.
You win with will, but
yes.
If lack of will, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Total skill will never just win the game.
Yeah.
Try and find someone that scores more goals than everybody else in your league. It is actually that fucking simple. If you can, it really is. And
you're only as good as your strikers.
Really. That's the bottom line. If you look at any team that wins a league, they'll have someone that scores more goals than the rest. Our league last year, 100%. Paul Mullen, Wrexham, just go and sign a couple of boys that score more goals than the rest. Before we even paid a player, I thought, right, how are we going to win next year's league? They said, well, go and sign this boy, Smudger, Lee Smith. He works at Randall's Park Crematorium, crushing the bones. That's what he does.
Really?
Right? Yeah. That's what he does
for a living. The bone crusher.
He crushes the bones, bless him. I think he's still there, Smithy. He's a fucking great player, he was, right? But he scores goals. That's what he does, right? He ain't bothered about nothing in life, right?
Yeah.
And so I said, Smithy, we'll give you 50 quid, mate, a game.
Yeah.
Don't tell the others.
Really?
Yeah.
You should do all that.
That's how it works.
Do you still do that now?
Nah.
No.
This level is different.
At
this level, they all accept. They're all on something, but someone's got a bit more than the rest, don't they?
Of course, yeah.
But at that level, like, you went from no one getting a penny.
Yeah.
So my biggest advice would be pretty ruthless with trying to find someone to score goals, because goals ultimately win football games. Obviously, you need a keeper that can fucking catch.
Paul George said
that
to me.
Yeah.
You go through all the leagues from top to bottom. The teams that win the league have the best strikers. 99% of the time.
Yeah.
I liken it.
Dead right.
I liken it to the time we were looking for someone to come in on Soccer M, and I said, "You gotta get the Bulldog. Got to break the bank."
Really? Well, that's nice.
Got to break the bank.
Didn't break the bank though. Peanuts.
Nah, yeah, but it's no, it's you know what that I love will over skill.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get that written on the wall, like changing room wall, like a.
Because we're looking for a slogan as well. That's up there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's
We
the best
like
we've
it.
had so far, anyway, isn't it?
Are you big on slogans like around your club? Do you have it dotted around? Do you fire it into players or not really?
Nah,
You
not
bit
really.
more-
I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not one for putting up signage and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? I remember we played Chelsea last year in a pre-season friendly, and we're sort of trying to keep football real. We'd just been to Wales and played Barry Town away from home. The window got stuck on my motor after a night out. We couldn't get in the so I smashed the window to get in. I never had time to get it fixed. We pulled up in a Chelsea car park. I remember getting in there. I've got one broken window, and it's a hot day. And I remember doing up the other window, thinking, "Why are you doing that window up? I'm just getting that one."
We had Laurie Sanchez at Fulham, and he come in, Laurie, and he put these slogans up everywhere. It's unbelievable. And he put like stats up on the wall, like so many goals are scored from crosses and all that. And he was like getting decorators in to paint it all up, mate. It's unbelievable.
Really?
He's worried more about his stats than what was happening on the
slogans?
pitch. Just it was more stats,
right?
Like and sayings from like other sportsmen. Don't get me wrong, I can't remember them, but the stat I remember one right outside the change room as we come out. It was like so many goals are scored for so many crosses. He's big on crosses.
Yeah,
crosses in the box. Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, there's certain things people say, and I must admit, I love it. I will listen to anything that anyone said if they were the fucking general of their time.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Of course you should listen, but obviously, saying for saying's sakes. And
yeah, I
went in Chelsea and had fucking, mate, you had sayings for fucking walking down the corridor, mate. Fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I made a joke saying that we had it, we'd probably have on the wall, one in the rectum, don't affect them. Right? That'd probably be...
One in the rectum.
You know what I mean? That's the sort of saying we'd have, just to get people having a fucking laugh, right? But
I love it.
But, yeah, go on, mate.
Going back to your team, you're known a little bit like what I wanted FC Bullard to stand for. You're like the underdogs, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, we have to be, don't we? You think about where we come from.
Yeah, I suppose so. But do you like that? Do you love that sort of...
Yeah. Because I have to... I can't think of it any other way, because obviously we've dug the trenches. I literally was... Honestly, for 5-6 years, I'll be washing the kit, ironing socks.
Was ya? Okay.
And hanging it out.
Ironing socks?
Yeah, literally.
You iron socks?
Yeah,
because you iron socks?
Want your players to feel
you want
good,
the boys to feel good,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
when you're pulling your socks on them, you're not really, they're really...
Because players are sensitive about the equipment, like like socks are a big deal to
Yeah,
football.
no, absolutely.
Have you banned, here's one for you, we touched on it last week when we was designing our kit. Have you banned the players cutting off the foot of their sock yet? Or?
No, I'm all right with that, because they're telling me they're doing this for like...
The feel and
for the way it makes them feel.
What
and
about the
stuff
holes
like
in the back of the socks?
I haven't noticed that. If I saw that, I wouldn't have that. No.
And lead us on, I've got to mention, if you don't listen to Marc, bunch of amateurs, the film crew that follow you around. Was that your idea? How did that start? Because I'm addicted to it. You know.
No, I'm not on any social media, and everyone always thinks that. The reason I love it is because it grows the profile of the club. That's it.
It's done that tenfold. Talk us through a couple of weeks ago when you played against Barnet.
No, I was just saying I had an absolute fucking... But that's what football does. The best thing about football is that you never know when the highs or lows are there, do you?
No.
You can go to a game of football expecting the worst and end up drinking champagne, or vice versa. I think that's what everyone loves about it, isn't it? Yeah. Even though people go home at night and sit on the sofa with their wife and sulk, in reality, that's what they love about it. Do you know what I'm saying, right? But no, we had it Saturday. I was fucking buzzing for this game. Barnet away, I thought, right, we've got a great record against Barnet. We've got a great record here, yeah. They're second, right? But we're good at beating everybody. We beat Chesterfield, who won the league. We beat them 4-1 just 2 weeks ago on TV at home, right? You know, we're good.
We ain't good at beating everyone. You're sick from...
No, but what I mean is we're good at beating good teams. We've always been the same. I think it's the underdog thing comes out, whatever. But yeah, you're not wrong in that. Yeah, but That's fucking reminding me of that, right?
Yeah, he's just left a bit on you there. Yeah, he's like,
yeah, he has, yeah.
He's got too comfortable, Mark, hasn't he? He's just gone in and he's...
You ain't that fucking good. So I'm on there, I've got my Starbucks, I've sat on the coach, I've got my Starbucks, I'm sat on the coach, I've got the new chief exec on there, we've just got our first ever chief exec, John Byrne, fucking great guy, going to help take the club forward. He sat there, blah, 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 and I had a tuna wrap. I always have a tuna wrap. I had a tuna wrap pre-match, so I had it. I thought, fuck, my stomach don't feel the best here, right? You know, like any bit of bad food, you know, pretty quickly, didn't you? Got in the changing room, put the whiteboards up. All the boys are sat there. I've got the management team, the physio's a girl, right, mate? I mean, just I'm a man's man. Do you know what I mean? I done a shit myself in front of a girl. Right, you know, it makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you know, it does. Just say, you know.
Yeah, of course it does.
But then I'm stood up and I'm talking and I'm thinking, right, this ain't good, right? And they're all listening. 30 staff. Got the magnets up. I've got the magnets up and I'm going, right, fucking. Right, so I think they're gonna play a back three, over a back four, right? And I'm holding on for dear life here, right? I looked at one of the players to explain how I wanted him to press a player. I looked at him and I genuinely thought this is going to come out soon, right? And I looked at him and he looked at me like as if he wanted me to carry on explaining. And I literally said, I can't do it, lad. I'll be honest, I'm going to shit myself, right? So I walked off. So I've had to go into fucking track one, right? I've had to run. They're all sat there, 30 of them.
Really?
Is it a physio?
Pony.
Right? I'm in track one. You know what changing rooms are like, yeah? There's no dividing walls.
No, of course not.
Right, so I've had to sit. I'm in track one, right? And I've said, look, talk amongst yourselves. I've come back out. I've carried on. I'm trying to carry on. I'm fucking struggling. You know, they can't get off it. I'm thinking.
Talk amongst yourselves. Everyone will just be like, well,
yeah. So I'm thinking. I'm thinking, well, like.
Is this bunch of amateurs there filming?
He
this?
Weren't there. Oh, it's phenomenal what he's missed. Oh. And then I've come back out because I thought, God, when you've got a problem like that, you want to stay there and think, right, you know, but I can't. I've got to carry on. They need to go and fucking warm up.
Yeah, of course.
Can't lose a game. So I've come back out too early, you know. So I've come back out too early. Right. I've gone in there. I'm fucking about on the board. I've got their formation like this, and I'm looking at it. And one of the lads has gone, fucking Gaffer, you're missing a play. I've left the fucking magnet
you have
in the car.
You have a little sweat on as well.
You know, I've
left the magnet in the car seat.
Hold on. I've gone back in the car seat. Come back with the fucking centre forward for the opposition. Put it on there, right? Obviously, we're having a crack about it.
Was he shit, was he?
Mate, honestly, mate. So 3 times I was in there.
Oh, that's good.
And trying to do a team talk, mate. I fucked it. I had to get St John's Ambulance had to prescribe me these fucking high level Imodium or something. I had to sign a docket, my name and address.
Stiffen it up a bit.
Yeah, fucking nightmare,
trouble.
mate. Then we got beat.
Then
we got beat 6-0.
Yeah. Ed come off.
I fell out with.
How'd you deal with that?
Fell out with 2-3 players.
Right.
I felt like I needed to fucking like go to those car washes. Yeah. You know when you go to a car wash and they all come out with them hoses.
Give it a good old scrub.
I felt like I needed just to walk round one.
Been
right,
there, John,
you know.
Yeah.
And
we have.
And I got over it. Just thought that's a shit day.
3 times Shatrick.
Shatrick, good.
I know that's not a great story. I'm not really a crass person, but it is an honest story. Do you know what I mean?
No, I love it.
You know, Jim's he's had a little run out in the technical area as a gaffer at Leatherhead. Were you familiar with his time there?
Yeah, because we're just down the road,
yeah.
And everyone was like, "Got Jimmy Bullard in at Leatherhead." So you're thinking competitively, could be struggling here now.
I absolutely loved it.
You loved it, didn't you?
Yeah. You put a stop to it actually because you come in with Soccer AM. But
that's your story.
Yeah, I had 1 year there, and you got to remember I finished footy. 2 years I didn't have nothing to do with footy. I finished it horribly, really. And then Richard Brady, he's young chairman, only 35, 36. He said, "Jim, he's only round the corner as well." And I thought, yeah, why not? He said, "We ain't got a gaffer. Come and do it." And
Had you been thinking about it before?
I've always wanted to make I've just always felt like I have got a head to be a manager. I'd love to do it. People didn't know me as that in the football world. They had me down as a joker, pranks. I ain't that really. That's just part of me. Do you get what I mean? You know, you've been around me. My detail of football I absolutely love. And I just let fly. I said to Richard Brady, I had this love of playing like the Pep style. I played like that. I had arguments all my career with managers and centre halves. That's why I asked you, Pet 8, my centre halves.
Just put a little bit of put a bit of arms and legs on that in terms of I used to argue with players. Give us an example of.
So perfect example for me. Centre halves are split. Go and get the ball. Then I'd go and show because I was a ball player and I wanted to be on the football. I'd never understood it why he would clip a 40-yard diag instead of me. You can't do that. You're shit. You're just there to tackle, head and bite, right? That's what you do. Give it to me, then I can do it because my ball is going to be 10 times better than yours. And then I don't score. The strikers do that, right? That's how I see football. Just give me the ball. I'd pull off and he'd launch it. And the ball would be gone. I'd go on, you do that again, mate. Me and you are rolling in half time. That's what I used to say. And I'd pull off again. He'd do it again. I'd be like, seriously? You're starting to do me head in. And then before too long, you're having arguments every half time. Do you get what I mean? Because I used to want the ball all the time. Don't get me wrong, not all the time, but I wanted the football.
Yeah.
Now I took that into my management, and I used to implement rules. Right, I just used to say to the keeper, I'll stop the keeper from just launching it. So it'd have to be a long pass. We'd all get a goal kick, right? As you know, and they'll pile up on one side and just clip the ball. I'm like, no, we got the ball. That's a 50-50 knot. I'm not doing that. I used to have my centre half split. I used to play real. And I said to Richard Brady, I said to the chairman, he went to me, he's never managed before. Have you got a star? I said, oh yeah, we're playing like we're taking proper risks. I said to him, I can't promise you results, but I promise you a style that you've probably never seen before at this level because it's very risky. And we will concede. But how many? I don't know. Some games we got absolutely drummed. Centre halves are split. He'd fall over, trip over, blame it on the pitch, he'd go in and score. But there were times when I was on that sideline, Mark, you'll know, when you do something in training and it actually comes off, it's probably more of a buzz than when I actually played.
Really?
In certain scenarios, there was few games when it's just like, oh, that's what I like, that's what I want to see. And so when you see it take shape and you're part of that process and the players have really glued to it and took it on, absolutely brilliant. Leads me on to one of my questions. The thing that frustrated me when I was I was coming, I had 2 sessions a week with them.
Yeah.
And that must really frustrate you now. 1, you're only getting so much time with them to implement what you want to see on the pitch. But 2, the teams you're up against are at it full time. Fatten that up.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, that's it. It's such a disadvantage. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
We get them for 2 mornings, a couple of hours each morning, and then they go back to work. And then we see them again on the Saturday. If we play on a Saturday, we've got a game on a Tuesday night, we never see them again. The other team's in there on a Monday doing recovery, making their match plans and whatnot. It's a huge disadvantage.
Higher up you go. When you go in league football, correct me if I'm wrong on this, I don't think there's another owner come manager in league football, is there?
No.
Higher up you go, will you always manage?
I want to.
Yeah.
But it's got to be based on success. I mean, I've just got to be there. The club's obviously way more than me now. It's got like...
You're the governor.
About 1,000 kids.
Okay then. So based on that
Yeah.
bit there, it's your baby, Mark. You've always... See, I'd find that really hard to let go. I don't even care if there's 5,000. I'm just being honest, right? I don't care if there's 20,000 fans screaming from the rafters. I would still sit behind. I've designed it. This is my baby.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be strong enough to let go?
Yeah, definitely. But I would just base it on if the sort of resources outweigh the performance. So then, so if I knew I should be doing way better than what I am, so, we're full-time, in a full-time league, we've got a playoff budget and we're in the bottom 4, then I'm not doing my job. That's how it is.
You're going to get offered other jobs. I mean, have you been? I'm sure you have been offered.
Yeah, I had a few before people realised that I own the club. A few little, I won't name them, clubs and that sort of chairman and that had emailed me and stuff
League
like that.
Clubs.
A few like lower ones.
Yeah.
But then I think word got round that I owned it and stuff. I'd love to run a big side, a real big side. I'd love to run a real big side.
When you say big side, give me an example. A Liverpool.
Yeah, Championship above.
Okay,
I'd love to run a big side. I'd love to run a big side like a Sunderland. right? Like a Sunderland.
Why does that stand out for you?
I love it because I feel like their fans deserve success. Do you know what I mean? I'm a big football person. I look at that club and I just think you could get decades of Sunderland supporters that never smile. And I'd love to fucking win for them. And I look at clubs like that have got that, they've got that following regardless
Extra
of winning or losing.
Yeah, got you.
Do you know what I mean? So I'd love to run a big club like that and make things happen. Do you know what I mean?
Love it.
Yeah, I'd love that, but don't know how that could work.
Do you think if you went into any line of work, any business, you would make a success of it?
I do, with the right people around me. I mean, you need the top analysts now, you need the top coaches, you need all the people around you. Then the one in the middle is the decision maker, the one that just says do this, do that. I mean, that's important. I mean, I think you've got to make sure that you're the only one making decisions ultimately. You can never be swayed by anybody. You take it all on board, but ultimately what you do has to be what you think.
Do you find that hard, or do you enjoy the fact that you are so hands-on and you are, I think I overheard you in one of your interviews say that there's a little bit of element of being like not a control freak, but you want to be across every part of it. Is that a massive part of the success? And is it something that you think, oh, I wish I could just take a little bit of a backward step on a few things, but I don't trust anyone else to do it as well as me?
Yeah, well, off the field, that's definitely what I want to do. We've got a chief exec come in and we've got loads of people off the field who are really, really good and have worked alongside me for quite a few years. So that's been a constant trying to get rid of stuff there and trusting people. On the field, I think, managers, if you're going to fail on what you believe, not what some coach in your ear hole says. When someone says, I think we should, do this, do that. And, you then start... I see this all the time. Managers start to... You even see it in Premier League, England managers who listen to the press a bit too much. You just got to fall down on what you think. You have got to be a bit of a control freak, really. I think all the top managers would have that trait. They wouldn't really let too many people dictate what's going on. I think that's a key thing.
I agree.
That go in my favour?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have one concern.
Yeah.
Is that of your relationship? I think you've got a very good relationship at the moment, and
I don't want a yes man. I want him to manage. I bring him in to manage. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So you won't get no problems off me.
I'm director of football, just so you're aware of that.
Yeah. So
obviously I will be integral into this appointment.
Yeah. I like his passion.
I'm very impressed, I have to say. Of all the managers we've spoken to so far, you are the outstanding candidate.
Yeah. Is there anything from your club,
brilliant,
if you was to come to FC Bullard, that you would like us to consider? Is there anything you've taken ball and go, you've got to have that at every club?
Well,
it could be anything.
Yeah, I just think you've got to have the crack. That's it.
The crack with the boys,
fucking
the lad.
crack.
Right, okay.
Because that's the difference, isn't it? That's the difference.
Yeah.
What's going to get players running a bit further?
Yep.
You know what I mean? People running through bit walls for each other.
Yep.
You've got to keep people together. Can't keep churning players. All the greatest teams, you think about the Liverpool of the 80s, United of the 90s, they have a core, don't they? And all they do is just add sparingly to the core. And when someone's not right for the core, they move them on, whether that's attitude or ability. And then, the Fergie teams, he was fucking winning leagues with Ryan Giggs in centre mid. Yeah. I remember watching down at West Ham one night, and in the back end of it all, I won the league that year. I think got Giggs here at centre mid.
Yeah, run the show as well.
Right, because he had his boys.
Yeah.
And it's all the best team. Guardiola, similar gaffer, isn't he? He has his boys, and he just adds in around the edges. He improves it. Yeah. But so you've got to keep your lads together.
Yes,
that's what you've got to do. Yeah. And obviously you've got to make sure it's a good environment. I know that sounds fucking cheesy, but it's got to be a good environment. People have got to enjoy coming to work.
Yeah.
Go the extra mile.
Last question: we always ask our guests to bring in a nice bit of special memorabilia, something that can add to our blank set. At the minute. What have you got for us? We've got a little shirt. Yes.
Well, I just literally thought I'd bring in one of our shirts.
Nice.
One of our shirts. Yeah, Atletico Madrid.
I was going to say we had a little bit of a kit thing.
Vibes. That is actually the kit. It's the blue are the same.
Why did you go for this style of kit?
Well, do you know what? It was technically the colours of Dorking.
Was it?
The rugby club there,
Right, okay.
red and white. We had to research that. We sort of thought, oh boy, because initially we was just a Parkside and one of millions of teams in and around the area. But then when we sort of took over and with the best side, we wanted to adopt the main colours of the town.
Nice.
So that's us.
I like it. It's a nice kit,
yeah.
as you say.
It's a lovely kit.
Thank you very much.
Is that ours?
Yeah, it's yours, boys, yeah.
It's been a pleasure to have you on. I thoroughly enjoyed interviewing John Boy.
You'll be hearing from us in due course, Marc.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck about if I was you, by the way, just to be clear.
Getting quick.
No, I'm just being straight. I wouldn't take too long to think about it.
Loved it, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, boys.
Class.